Hello, I'm Richard Porter.
I'm Tony Adams, sports editor of the Herald.
We're the 5-Minute Men, and this is Thursday's edition. Sorry we missed y'all Tuesday. We had some technical difficulties that we have since corrected. Tony, let's start today with talk about the BCS.
BCS. Now, why would you want to talk about the BCS today of all days?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the BCS or anything that they do to resolve the national championship issue in college football. I really think we need a playoff system. But the thing that strikes me about this year is this may be what the BCS was set up to do, because everybody is freaking out because the marquee teams are getting beat, and you're getting teams like South Florida and I think it's Boston College 2 and 3 with this first ranking. And that's just driving people crazy. How dare them put a system together that doesn't promote the big national powerhouse programs? Well, you look at South Florida, they beat Auburn, they beat West Virginia. I mean, those are some quality wins. And you're seeing, I think, this year a situation where the computer is coming in and overriding the passion and emotion
and the common sense.
Of people who would say, despite the fact that USC has stunk this year and that LSU got beat and that Michigan got beat, they should still, for some reason, be ranked in the top 10 BCS. And the computer's coming in and saying, no, they got beat. These other teams deserve it because they're playing a tough schedule and stuff. So I just wanted your thoughts on that.
First of all, nobody should be surprised. The Big 12 champion got beat by a school in a non-BCS conference last year in a BCS bowl, Boise State over Oklahoma. But for this, though, I think this is a good situation for a team like Texas Tech. Just one loss so far. They can run the table. It's going to be difficult, but if they can run the table, then they'll get their rightful place up there. And we, instead of saying Boston College, South Florida, we'll see Texas Tech. But as you said, but to answer your question, yeah, this is the great equalizer, and this is a great equalizing year. Everybody's saying that the BCS takes away from the regular season of college football, and I disagree, because we're seeing now that each game, each week means so much more. Yeah. So, but another thing that this is good for college football is because what are we doing right now? We're talking about the
college,
we're talking about BCS, talking about college football. So the spin doctors that created the BCS will say this is why it was created, but I share the same frustrations as you do, Richard. I want to see a playoff. I mean, in every sport we have, including football at the college level, in Division II and Division III and NAIA, you have a regular playoff. And it's funny how the spin doctors of Division I say, well, it'll take away school time. Well, do they not go to school at Division II and Division III? They don't take away from their school time. They seem to have a pretty good tournament.
And the thing that the argument against that is, you've got 2 months between the last regular season game and the bowl and the significant bowl games, and you've got these bowls where you're playing 6 and 5 teams and 7 and 4 teams for 2 months. That's when you can put in a bowl system. I mean, a playoff system. You could use the big bowls, the Sugar Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl. You could use those as playoff games. Let them still be bowl games in those venues, but use them as playoff games.
Let them rotate for the big game.
Yeah, and you don't do anything to take away from the second tier bowls that happen in that 2-month layoff. They can still do whatever they want to, and that can still bring money into those schools.
And there's still big fan interest.
Yeah, which is what the bowl system is intended for. But you look at Boise State and you look at some of these other schools who are not BCS schools, and you say, well, if they had to play an SEC schedule, or if they had to play a Big 12 schedule, or a Big 10, or even a Pac-10 schedule, would they be as good at the end of the year as they are? Probably not. I don't know. But if you put them in a playoff situation, then you reward them for playing, for getting through the system with no defeats, or with one defeat. But they still have to come out and work their way through some pretty significant teams to get there. But
also look at South Florida. They were non-BCS, were in Conference USA. Now they're in the Big East, and they're showing that they can handle that competition.
Auburn and Virginia Tech, those are big wins. Well, we're fixing to have to wrap it up. We'll see you again Tuesday. Thank you.